Hello everyone again, welcome to another HoNReplays.org tournament gamecast. This is Insane Rabbi here with someone new this time. Go ahead and say hello, boss. How you doing?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me. This is Chapy, guys. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Happy to be back.
And it's good to have you back. So what have you been doing all this time?
Well, I was playing competitively for a while. That's kind of where I disappeared to on STFU Gaming, and then we kind of split up. Since then, I've been working like 70 hours a week, and just recently, about I don't know, 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, I've been getting back into HoN. So maybe I'll pop up on a team again shortly. I don't know, but definitely hoping to get back into caching some more. And this looks like the game to do it on, man.
Yeah, well, both these teams coming off of huge victories and somewhat huge upsets. First off, T7H beat last round PHB, who knocked out 5. So, pretty huge deal over there. PHB, I didn't get a chance to see their game against 5, but I did see the game against T7H, and just unbelievable, action-packed, highly technical game coming from both sides. T7H grabbing the edge with Soul Stealer endgame in that one. As for MSI, I believe they just beat Czech 6. So, did anybody else did you get a chance to catch that game or know much about it?
I did not watch that game, but wow, this has been the tournament of upsets for sure. Like you said, PHB beat 5. They also beat HoN Esports, which was, I believe, I'm not sure if that's another upset, but that's definitely another top team. And I'm pretty sure just in general, as far as every tournament goes, not just game replays tournaments, but every tournament period, this has got to be the first where both the two top teams, basically 5 and Czech 6, have competed, and both have just been straight up beaten. And we have a finals without either of them. This is definitely a first in the history of HoN, you could say, that either one of those teams are not in the finals. So kind of groundbreaking right there.
Definitely, and actually, part of that I would say T7H coming in with a couple new metagame tricks, using a new Kraken, a new build on him that
Really?
I've never seen before. I don't think most people have. Yeah, I'll get into that in a little bit. But MSI, I know they like to use a lot of Valkyrie, and I believe they've been playing a lot of Corrupted Disciple. So although CD's not anything too new, bringing the old school Potom back, we'll see exactly how that plays out for them. But right now, let's go over the picks and bans. So MSI has first pick, first ban. They started by banning Accursed, then Ophelia, and Zephyr. T7H first their ban is Kronos, Blacksmith, and Swiftblade. The Swiftblade, that's another thing. 5 started using him, Czech 6 started using him, and everybody now is using him. I mean, it's at the point where he's a ban. Maybe we'll come back to that after we discuss the picks. But we do see a first pick for MSI as Corrupted Disciple. Then T7H took Hellbringer and Slither. Then it goes back to MSI for the Demented Shaman and Plague Rider pick. And here we go, T7H picking up a Magnus and D-Wiz. I don't know, there it is, Defiler. What do you think of these picks so far?
Well, the corrupted one is obvious. I gotta be honest, it's like whoever picks corrupted, it's like you're almost given like a 75% chance to win. It's kind of unfair, really. I think just about every game I ever see where the corrupted is picked, they win. So, but aside from having corrupted, they have really strong picks either way. They have both the strong babysitters. Then again, you've got a really strong babysitter on the other side on a Slither. I don't know. It's a little too early to say right now, but I want to mention that this is obviously a GameReplays.org tournament, and these are all going to be these two teams are going to be earning points towards the Invitational in, I believe, 2 weeks. Is that right, Custodian? I don't know, people can't hear you, but I think it's in 2 weeks. Yes, in 2 weeks. And yeah, so I just wanted to plug basically the Invitational. Make sure everybody is around for it. We're going to have more information available on HoNReplays.org. But I don't know if this changes anything, if you guys have the ladder standings memorized or anything, but our MSI and T7H, those guys are probably safely in the top 8, I'm assuming, right?
They were seeded 5th and 6th, so I would assume that
I would assume so.
That they're up there, yeah.
Well, anyways, we got the final picks now. So, you gonna check for us? All right. Silencer comes out for for T7H. That's also a great babysitter. They kind of picked up the next best babysitters you can possibly have, I guess, in the form of Slither and Vindicator. So doing their best to babysit, but they don't really have any super strong carries though. You'll notice T7H. They're What they do have is amazing pushing potential though. As you can see, they got Hellbringer, they got Slither, and they also have Defiler. So yeah, that's going to be something to look out for, is T7H's pushes.
Absolutely. And of course, the anti-push hero of Magnificence would be Behemoth. He is,
For sure.
as soon as he gets a Blink Dagger, it's so hard to do anything against him. But I would actually kind of have to disagree with you on the two best babysits. Obviously, D-Sham and Plague, top tier picks, really well done. But what Check 6 and a couple other teams have been doing is they've been running more aggressive style babysits recently, and they've been popping Demented Shaman, they've been popping Plague Rider, and really punishing. Whereas you're trying to get a Behemoth a quick Blink Dagger, and you're trying to get a Pestilence, quick, whether it be Portal Key or Shrunken Head and such. But when you just rotate so fast and gank so hard, it really puts so much pressure on these babysitters that are squishy with no real escape mechanisms. It seems to work. Now, the Defiler pick, I've actually never seen T7H use Defiler. I don't know if I necessarily like that pick here, but we'll see how it plays out. And yeah, other than that, you don't see a hugely aggressive gank team, but like
No.
Man, it's hard to say who really has the advantage here. Slither, I think that the ward pushing along with the Defiler's ult and the Hellbringer's ult, it's going to be very hard for MSI to stop them from pushing. But if they do successfully stop them from pushing, you have Pestilence and Corrupted Disciple both carrying. That Defiler's, there's no chance. So look for a 20-minute racks, maybe 25 minutes. Probably a puzzle box on the Hellbringer. Hellbringer went puzzle box and armor boots last game. So other than that, I mean, Gnome's Wisdom on Slither, pretty standard stuff, and we'll see what happens. It'll be really interesting to see what lanes they run. The Vindicator pick kind of stunned me. I don't really see necessarily a time where a Vindicator pick would be huge. Like, there's no Tempest to cancel there. I mean, I guess maybe a Behemoth.
Behemoth probably.
As the team fight starts, yeah. But we'll
And
see
Plague.
exactly
I mean,
what
if you
happens.
just if you can force the fight, which you can with Hellbringer, and then silence immediately afterwards, you can probably drop either Plague Rider or Behemoth, or ideally both, before they can ult, and that'll completely, obviously, just win the fight for you right there. So that's hopefully what they're going to try and do. I just wanted to point out a couple of these players are from other teams that you guys may have remembered. Any real old school players might remember the old school team 143, I Love You. The not the restarted versions, but the old version where I don't actually, you guys may have not known this, but Looped, aka KT from 5, was actually a part of that old school 143 team. But I think there are a couple of those members on here right now on the T7H roster. I think a couple X143 players, and also a couple ex-FFS players on the other team, MSI. So not really hugely unknown players right here, but it's always nice to see guys. It kind of gives me hope. It's nice to see guys that used to play on that one team kind of recycle back and make their way into the top. Now they're in the finals of a tournament, so that's going to be cool. And we're paused here. I'm not sure what we're paused for.
I believe it was a reconnect. Trixie talking about how they've played Corrupted in every single game so far today. Something I wanted to note about his Corrupted is he did decide to go bottle first. We've seen a couple different styles where you buy out all 600 gold, get a couple, sets of health regen and mana regen, and you just get that bottle. Hopefully by the 4-minute mark, you should. And of course, if you get first blood, you'll have it by the 2-minute mark, but very, very doubtful. We've seen other people go 2 or 3 branch, 1 set of health regen, into a quick bottle before the 2-minute rune, and here we just see a bottle straight off the bat. So I don't know what exactly he's playing. Obviously he's playing on rune controlling, but is he really going to get the damage he needs early to outlast hit this Defiler? What do you think about that?
Well, I don't know. You talk about kind of the traditional starting items that actually Defiler has against the bottle build. So let's just take a look at the base damage. Their Defiler has a max 59.